excited where we're at today. I know you are all about your tan, all about your teeth, all about your hair, but what about your skin?
What about my skin?
I think you're going to be excited today to see everything they do here at the Venus Med Spa, located at the Sarasota Siesta Key Mall at Westfield.
It's Tyler.
And Debbie.
And we are out
And about Sarasota.
All right, what am I going to say next?
Let's go in and take a gander.
Let's do it.
Out and about, free from all the things that bore me about. Riding all around the city, all the girls that look so pretty. I'm fine.
We're at Venus Med Spa today, and I am lucky enough to be with the founder and the owner, Bill. How are you, Bill?
Doing good, thank you.
So now I was told that there's quite an inspirational story about how you started this company. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I can. Back in the early 80s, I was in the health club business, and I realized that people didn't want to look like their parents, and it was kind of at the point where people thought health clubs and fitness centers were a fad. And of course, now it's been a main staple in the entire country, and it's worked for a lot of people. We've learned about diet and exercise, looking better, feeling better, living longer. And then the next phase came into with the med spa, where I realized I don't care how much you work out, how do we get rid of those wrinkles above the neck?
Right.
And how do we maintain our youth? And how do we have that total 100% appearance? And I realized after I looked at the business model for a couple of years, this is something that was probably going to kick into mainstream, and we wanted to take it mainstream. And we thought, what a better place to do it is in a mall or a place where there was a lot of people, where we could spend a lot of time educating people about what this stuff does.
So now tell me, are you from Sarasota?
Illinois.
You're from Illinois. So were you in the Sarasota area when you decided to put this all together?
I was. I actually had a development business in Cape Coral, and then I was also in Sarasota at the same time.
So where was your first location?
Southgate Mall, which is now called Siesta Key Mall, which is a Westfield mall located at Siesta Drive and 41.
Now, was it this facility here that we're in?
It wasn't. It was a little kiosk, and it wasn't designed to really do procedures. It was designed to educate people and then send them to a spa in order to get treated, and it didn't work. They wanted it on the spot.
So tell me, from here, where have you grown from this location here, one location? Where have you grown from this?
Our second location was in Tampa. Our third location was in Tampa. Our fourth location was in Brandon. Our fifth location was in Wellington. Then we moved into Boca. Then we moved into Fort Lauderdale. Then we moved into Chicago. And then we moved into Denver. And then we actually opened our last facility at the new mall in Sarasota at University Town Center.
Oh, wonderful. So if the people, our viewers, don't know where you are, where would they be able to find you?
I think it's easier for most people just to simply go to venusmedspa.com, or they can call us here at this location at 941-955-5050.
So like I said earlier, Tyler's into his tan and teeth and everything else. Well, I am really in my element today, so I am really excited to see what they have to offer here. So we'll be right back. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to go in and see exactly what this facility has to offer and see what they can do for me and see what they can do for Tyler.
Welcome to Bravo, located at Siesta Key Westfield Mall. A casual and comfortable atmosphere, serving up fresh ingredients daily. Serving creative, chef-inspired dishes. With a daily happy hour featuring drink specials and a fabulous small bites menu. Handmade pizzas and fresh-made desserts from their in-house bakery. All happening at Bravo, Siesta Key Westfield Mall.
Welcome back, everybody. As I told you earlier, we are at one of my favorite places, Venus Med Spa, and from what I've heard, Tyler is back here seeing what they can do to help him out with his beautiful face. Tyler, what are you having done here?
Help me out is right. Well, as everyone knows, or may not know, I may have just turned a little bit in my 40s, but I'm looking to turn back the clock to my 30s. And I have Lizette here who's going to help me do that. So let's talk a little bit about what your facility actually provides. So you do Botox?
We use Dysport primarily here, which is very similar to Botox.
All right.
Fillers, Radiesse, Juvederm, Restylane, Versa.
So Lizette, tell the viewers a little bit about why your facility is so different than all the rest, besides the fact that you've been around for a while.
Well, Tyler, all I do is inject all day, every day. I have been trained extensively, starting in 2015 when I began working for Venus. I continue to update my education.
Well, I love the fact that I'm doing something different. I've never done this before. This is going to be a whole new experience for me. So I'm glad to know that we can actually do this and get rid of my wrinkles in my forehead because I'm very facial expressive.
Well, I see that, Tyler, and I would suggest that we treat first the lines here on your forehead with Dysport, and possibly the crow's feet at some point would be a good idea.
Too many big smiles.
Well, and that's a good thing. You want to smile, but we can just turn back the hands a little bit.
Soften it up.
And soften them, yeah.
It's a toxin, right?
Right. It's been synthetically made, manufactured to be purified, so there's nothing in there that can hurt you. What you probably don't know is Tox has been used a very long time before it was used cosmetically for things like cerebral palsy, migraine headaches, bladder issues, so it's very, very safe.
So obviously it's an injectable. So do you bruise? And if there's bruising, how long does it take to go away? And how long does the actual treatment work? How long does it take to start working?
So Dysport typically works 4 to 6 months, depending on the person and how expressive they are.
Okay.
Maybe also how many times they've had the treatment, because successive regular treatments will give you a better result.
Awesome. All right, let's get started.
So Tyler, I've looked at your health history, and you have no health problems to speak of. You're not on any blood thinners?
Not yet.
On a regular basis, like ibuprofen, Aleve? No?
Nothing.
Okay, well, let's get started. This is Nancy Brown, our esthetician. Hi. She's just going to help me out today.
And I'm going to ask you, not to be too vain here, but have either one of you girls, have you had some injectables?
I have.
And you survived?
I survived, and I've been doing it for years now.
Can I ask you what you've had done?
I've had tox in my forehead, my crow's feet. I've had some filler in my nasolabial folds, my temples, a little bit in my cheeks. Just trying to maintain that youthful look.
Got it. And do you have it in you as well? I have to ask you the loaded question.
I do.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to just clean your forehead off. I had a little bleeding. I'm just going to stop and hold pressure because that will prevent bruising, and I work really hard to do that.
Well, you know me. I'm not going down alone. I got Miss Debbie. She's in the seat. Come on, let's take a gander. Debbie, there you are. I knew you'd be in the hot seat.
I'm in the hot seat, and I'm very comfortable here. You know, Tyler, this is not my first rodeo in the Botox chair.
I had a strange feeling that you've done this before, too.
I've done this before.
So what are you having done today?
Well, I was going to ask, was that what she thought about my frown lines on my forehead? That would be my concern.
So go ahead and make a frown for me here. Frown. Your frown lines look pretty good. Look surprised for me. Let's look at those. So your forehead lines, maybe those would be the ones I'd recommend.
Okay, great. Let's do that.
Now, the great thing about the med spa here is you don't just do injectables. There's other things you do here, right?
We sure do. My name's Nancy, and I'm the full-time esthetician between here and UTC. We do all kinds of different customized facials, including microneedling, chemical peels, dermaplaning. Come on in. I'd be happy to give a consult.
I'm going to ask you real quick. Maybe the viewers want to know this also. The microneedling, how is that different than permanent makeup or tattooing? What is the difference in that?
Okay, so microneedling and microblading are two different things.
Okay.
Microblading is a semi-permanent eyebrow procedure. Microneedling is an intentional trauma that's caused to the skin that's great for resurfacing and anti-aging.
All right, Debbie. Oh, you got all marked up.
I need a needle. We need a needle over here. Yeah, so I don't have any problem with the injection or anything. You really don't feel anything at all. It's such a small needle that you guys use.
That's true.
I have to say, during my procedure today, I was probably more worked up in my mind and being scared about the needle, and you really don't feel anything.
No, you don't feel anything at all. Maybe a small little pinch. If you were getting it done for your first time, you might feel, a little bit more of a pinch, but once you have it done, as long as I have, you don't feel anything.
And I hear you're a pro.
I am a pro.
Wow, it was a great day at Venus Med Spa. And you know what? I have to give a shout out to Kim, who watches the show, who works at Venus Med Spa. And she was like, I love the show. So, hi, Kim. Thanks so much for saying hi to us. We appreciate
Kim.
you. So, what do we have here to go?
Well, you know I could stay here all day, Tyler. This is one of my favorite places.
You got a burger
but
in there?
I got a burger in here. They were actually kind enough to send us home with some fabulous gifts, some aftercare products. They sent you home with the Revision Skincare Eye Treatment.
Oh, and I need some eye treatment.
So go ahead and
For
take
all those,
this. We're gonna
all
bring
those
this
tears.
home for you.
All right.
And then I need a little more help. So she sent me home
Since
with...
you're a lot older than
I'm
me.
a lot older than you. We all know how important the SPF is. So I have the SPF. I've got the hyaluronic.
I guess I don't know.
You don't know. You're at the tanning bed all the time. So we've got the SPF, the lotion, we've got the hyaluronic acid, and then we've got a night cream, which is all going to help change my skin and make me look even younger.
Oh, imagine that. All right, that's the end of a segment. It's been a great segment, too, at that. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again when we're out.
And about Sarasota.
Out and About Sarasota, made possible by these fine sponsors.
Riding all around.
This has been an Out and About media production, a product of Sarasota Socialites.